In this bulletin, more support for Lexmark in the battle over patent laws affecting printer cartridge sales in the US. Hello, I'm David Gibbons and here is the news. More and more briefs supporting Lexmark have been filed leading up to the federal court hearing on October 2. Both Lexmark International and cartridge remanufacturer Impression Products have been presenting oral arguments to the Court of Appeal in Washington DC since March 6. The case involves what happens to patent rights on printer cartridges sold outside of the United States, and also whether consumers can be restricted on what they do with their empty cartridges, known as prebate or shrink-wrap licensing, is also at stake. The case has drawn a lot of interest, and it's true to say the result has a bigger impact than just Lexmark and Impression Products. Many other industries in the US would be impacted if there should be a change to existing laws. That is why the three federal circuit judges reviewing the appeal in the Lexmark versus Impression Products case have ruled that the full bench needs to decide the outcome of the case. That hearing, with up to 17 judges, is scheduled for October 2. Scores of friend of the court briefs or amicus briefs have been filed on both sides of the argument. This week, a number of entities and organisations have filed briefs in support of Lexmark. They include the Intellectual Property Owners Association, which has some 12,000 members. Qualcomm, Dolby Laboratories and the Imaging Supplies Coalition have also filed briefs in support of Lexmark. The Imaging Supplies Coalition, also known as the ISC, had patent attorney Mark Schoenfeld from Burns and Levinson prepare their amicus brief for the court hearing. And Mark Schoenfeld joins me from Boston. Greetings, Mark.
Hello, David. Good to be with you.
Tell me, Mark, are you surprised by the amount of attention being given to this rare patent law case?
I'm not really surprised. This case represents two very important issues, and they're not just restricted to any particular industry. The first issue is, can patented goods sold outside the United States and intended to be sold outside the United States be brought back into the United States and sold without the authority of the patent owner? That is a very important issue that, as you can imagine, spans many, many industries. The second issue is whether a product that is sold with a single-use restriction, such as a medical device, can be then reused without the authority of the manufacturer and resold. So as you can imagine, both of those issues are very, very important, both to the health and safety of the public and to free commerce and to similar types of interests.
So this is much broader than just printer cartridges.
Yes, it's much broader than printer cartridges, and the original cases that Impression Products is seeking to overrule did not deal with printer cartridges at all. One dealt with cameras and one dealt with medical devices.
So, Mark, what is the key message in the ISC's amicus brief that you have prepared?
The key message of the Imaging Supplies Coalition's brief is that the present law should not be changed and should not be overruled, because the present law incentivizes innovation. The present law allows less developed countries to receive medications and medical devices and other products at lower prices. And it aids in the fight against counterfeiting and other illegal practices. That is the key message of the Imaging Supplies Coalition's amicus brief.
Now, does the brief have the full support of all its member OEMs? I mean, we're talking about Canon, HP, Xerox, Brother, Samsung, Epson, Toshiba, and Lexmark. It's a very impressive lineup of industry icons there. Are they all in support?
The Imaging Supplies Coalition is a trade association. Trade associations typically have a lot of members. Ours has not a lot, but it has a wide representation of other industries besides printer cartridges. So the amicus brief has the full support of the trade association. Parts of one of the companies, Samsung in particular, are not at all concerned with printer cartridges. They make many, many other items, so they may feel different parts in a multinational conglomerate may feel that their interests are aligned differently. But the trade association fully supports the amicus brief.
Mark Schofield, thank you for talking with me today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And for more breaking imaging news, go online to irecyclingtimes.com or grab a copy of Recycling Times magazine, published in 5 languages, with Cartridge World's new CEO Steve Whedon on the front cover this month. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. I'm David Gibbons.